Hi guys, today I have some more 5-star predictions. So a couple of weeks ago I did a video talking about 5 books that I think will be 5-star reads. I haven't read all of them, gotta be honest, but I already have 5 new ones that I think might be 5-star reads. So I thought I'd talk about the 3 that I have already read from the last one, talk about the 5 new ones that I think might be 5 stars, and then whatever I read when I do the next one, I'll just wrap up these again. So the first one from my last video that I read was They Both Die at the End by Adam Silvera. This was actually, disappointment, to be honest. I think I gave it 3.5 out of 5 stars, but to be honest, if I look back at it, 3 stars is probably the more accurate rating. To be honest, probably even less, but that feels really, really harsh. But I don't know, just looking back at it, I really don't have a lot of good feelings about it. So for me, definitely 3.5 stars sounds a little bit too much. It's not a bad book, but there were just lots of things that I personally just didn't find that enjoyable. I was just way more interested in the concept of this world where you get a call on the day you die, and I just kind of constantly thought about that and how you cannot escape it. And I found this aspect way more interesting than the actual development of this relationship between the 2 characters. It was definitely a super subjective experience, and I still think lots of people will absolutely love it, and lots of people have already loved it, but it ultimately really wasn't for me. I also read Grave Mercy by Robin LaFevers. Now, this didn't quite get the 5 stars. I gave this 4.5 out of 5 stars, but the sequel, Dark Triumph, got 5 stars. So I feel like it kind of counts. I just overall absolutely love this trilogy. I'm so glad that I finally read it, and I definitely think putting it on my 5-star predictions made me read it way sooner. I think if I hadn't done that 5-star prediction video, probably I still would not have read this at this point. So, I mean, I guess it was really motivating, and as I said, it didn't quite have the 5 stars, but it was definitely very close, and the sequel got it, so I feel like this counts. This was successful, okay? I'm calling this successful. And then finally, just a little while ago, I finished Poison Study by Maria V. Snyder. This was interesting because I really wasn't a fan of the first half, but then the second half I absolutely loved, and if I would give individual star ratings to both halves, I would give the second half a full 5 stars. So I feel like it's also a little bit successful, at least. I have not yet read the sequels, but I see so much potential for the sequels as well. I'm going to put the sequels on this list because, I don't know, predicting sequels kind of feels weird, but I definitely would say this one was successful because I just saw a lot of potential and definitely fell in love with it at the end of it. Now let's get into the 5 books that I currently think will be 5-star reads. I had 2 of these already on my TBR when I did my last video, but just kind of didn't really consider them, and then later I was like, why didn't I not mention them? And then I have 3 more books that I kind of got since then. So once again, these are all from my TBR that I own. These are not wishlist books because that would just get crazy. And let's get into it. First, I have The Falconer by Elizabeth May. Now, I have to say my initial 5-star prediction reaction came from the cover, because I always seem to really like books with these kinds of covers, especially if the main characters have red hair. When I actually read through the synopsis, I was like, I'm not sure if I will enjoy this, because the setting and everything sounds very interesting, and it's this kind of historical fantasy. It takes place in Scotland, but there's fae in it, and I really hate fae, but the main character is someone who's a fae killer, which that on the other hand sounds really intriguing. So this is definitely not a super confident 5 stars, but I really want this to be 5 stars, which I kind of feel is against the system of this video. I know it should be predictions, but I do think this has potential. I just think that Elizabeth May, from what I know from her from Twitter, is just really amazing. So I feel this main character is also a character that has a lot of potential, and if I love the main character and I'm able to get invested in it and be emotionally in it because the main character is great, then it's sold. So definitely having high hopes for that one. Then I have The Names They Gave Us by Emery Lord. This is a YA contemporary. It's really interesting. I cannot exactly pinpoint why I think this might be 5 stars. A lot of people love it, and I have rarely ever seen anyone not give it 5 stars, so maybe that's why. But I remember in the beginning I didn't even want to read it, but then I just heard so many great things about it and heard some people talk about how they just found some of the experience in it really relatable. And I don't know, for some reason this just kind of spoke to me on some level, and that's the reason why I got it. So I'm actually thinking that this just might be one of these contemporaries that really hits hard. I know it is about a girl whose mother has cancer, or I think the cancer comes back or something. That's always a fine line for me, because in They Both Die at the End, one of the main characters' father was in a hospital in a coma, and I kind of talked about how my dad was in a coma a few years back. He's fine now, but that always can like trigger like really not so good emotions. But then sometimes if a book is like relatable when it comes to like illness of a parent or something, then it can also be really good. So I'm not sure this could do like either some really good things or some really bad things, but just having this really good feeling about it. So this is definitely more like a gut thing than anything else. I don't know. I think this might be the one that I feel like least safe about, because you never quite know with contemporaries. Then I have A Daughter of the Pirate King by Trisha Levenseller. This is one of my most anticipated releases of the year, and I think it came out like in spring of this year, and I finally got it. The thing with this one is that I have absolutely no idea if the kind of quality is gonna live up to my expectations. If this book is living up to what I want from it, which is just a story about a female pirate and some like piratey romance in it, then like 5 stars for sure. I don't need anything else. I'm just scared that something is gonna happen, that the pacing is gonna be slow, or that, you know, some new element is in there that I just don't enjoy. That happened to me with Blue Tide. This was also like a piratey story with a romance in it. The first half was amazing, then the second half did something completely weird and different, and I was just like, what is this? But if this one is just kind of the very simple story I want it to be, then it's for sure a 5-star read, because I just love pirates and I love piratey romance. So please. Then I have Heart of Iron by Ashley Poston. This is actually an arc. This book only comes out I think in February or March. I really love Geekerella by Ashley Poston, and this had like this fictional science fiction TV show in it that I got really invested in without actually ever really knowing anything about it. So I just have a lot of faith in Ashley Poston writing this actual science fiction story. I've been hearing amazing things about it. A lot of people have got arcs, and I just hear that it's really great. I hear lots of people are getting intensely emotionally invested, which is exactly what I need. If it is emotionally investing, then it's for sure gonna be a 5 stars. It's apparently also very heartbreaking. Like, it seems like something really horrible is happening in it. It just sounds like the perfect heart-shattering read. If it lives up to what I think it is, for sure 5 stars. And then I have Echo After Echo by Amy Rose Capetta. This is a YA mystery, I think. And there's just so many elements about this that just they scream, like this is probably the one that I'm most sure about out of all of these. This has a female-female relationship in it. This takes place in a theater. Like, the main character is an actress and she's kind of pursuing this theater career, and it has like a mystery in it, which is not a genre that I really reach for, but if it's well done, I will absolutely love it. It's about like random deaths that happen in the theater. I don't know, this just gives me good vibes as well. I know a few people that I trust have really loved it. I just want to love this so bad, but it does sound like something that I would really love. As I said, I think this one is the one that I feel most confident about. Anyway, these are my 5-star predictions for the next few weeks. In my last video, I also had 3 Dark Crowns by Kendall Blake and The Girl of Fire and Thorns by Rae Carson on my list, so I'm hoping by the next time I'm doing one of these 5-star predictions videos, I will have read another 5 or maybe all of them. I don't think so, but maybe like at least another like 3 to 5 books. I don't want to do one of these videos if I haven't read any of them, even if I have another 5 that I think might be 5 stars. I feel like before I talk about them, I should just kind of work off the old list, but this time it felt okay, and I'm not really sure when I'm gonna get to the other ones, and these are ones that I'm really excited about, that I probably will end up picking up very soon. I actually want to read Echo After Echo in Suffolkathon, so you know, I was like, okay, I'm probably gonna read them soon, so I should do this video now. I just find it so interesting to look back at it, because They Both Die at the End, for example, was like a completely different experience than I had anticipated, and I think it's just gonna be fun to kind of look back at it and sometimes be like, of course this was exactly what I wanted it to be, and then sometimes it's gonna be like, what? So yeah, let me know some of the books on your TBR that you think will have 5 stars, and thank you so much for watching. I guess I'll see you soon. Bye!